Hey, family, friends, saints and ain'ts. Happy Thursday, October 31st. I'm on early today, and that's not good because I'm looking at my Wi-Fi. Well, actually, it got a little stronger, so maybe it's going to be okay. Fingers crossed. Um, 4 o'clock p.m. today. I usually come on at 5, but I wasn't going to be able to, so I said I wanted to still live, so let's do it. You can see it when you see it, right? Today is going to be about sweet talk. This is our Radiant Wrap, and we talk about that are healthy, we need to do to be healthy and whole, like rest, activity awareness, and diet, introspection, which is meditation, and agua, drinking and staying no, and training being very important for mind and body. We get into sweet talk, some fun facts. I think so. Anyways, it's day 305, 305th day of 2024. So we have 61 days left. Yeah, 61 days left. That's right. Let's see. In 1864, Nevada became the 36th state of the United States. And today, not only is it Halloween where our kids are going out and they look so cute. Well, I like the cute ones. I am not into scary, so I don't like scary. I used to do all that stuff, even though I didn't like it until one day I was like, but you don't like it. You don't like being scared. You don't like, scary movies. You don't like horror and all that. Don't like it. So, but the little cute thing, and I saw some cute ones already on social media. So cute. But no, I don't like scary. It's also Knock Knock Joke Day. Who knew? Well, we're approaching November, right? Tomorrow is November, and there's a lot of health observances month of November, some that are near and dear to my heart because my dad suffered from several of them. American Diabetes Month, it's COPD Month, it's Lung Cancer Awareness, and it's Alzheimer's Month, to name a few. And that pretty much segues into the topic that I want to talk about today, just for a few minutes. It is that time of the year, like today, he loves it. He has so much candy for the kids and stuff. It's that time where we go into that overdrive. It starts today, but with advertising and the festivities happen in November and December, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, all those things, it pretty much just continues and spirals and parlays and spirals until the end. Okay. And so I thought is we can't really grow and do better if we're unwilling to face what it is we're doing. I don't mean to be like the party crasher, right? But yeah, about it. Food, right? I love food too. I really do, believe it or not. I love food. And we like sweets. And so much so that we have so many endearing terms for sweet, like sugar and honey and sweet thing, right? So we just love pumpkin. We got a bunch of them. And I just want us to think about how sugar can affect us. Now, It's in all of our carbohydrates. So that's one thing that I think is important to understand, because a lot of people don't realize that um, sugar is in carbohydrates. The end carbohydrates include vegetables, grains, and dairy. I have a little splat by the dairy because I don't personally eat dairy, but there's many people that do. And let me see if I can make this bigger. Do I know how to do it? Let's go. Oh, I don't think it worked. Okay, well, I removed myself so I can see the slide. Not only does those good carbohydrates contain sugar, they also contain antioxidants, things, minerals, essential minerals, and the dairy contains protein and calcium. What's important to understand about these carbohydrates, so for all the people that say they don't eat carbohydrates, these carbohydrates is and time to energy. So what happens provides energy to the cells of our body. Okay. I know how to advance. Okay. So the other thing about vegetables and slowly all steady supply of energy bodies. The other is because they have the antioxidants and the minerals and things like that, they help to reduce the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, like heart disease, and cancers. And we don't like those things. We want to think about the things that we may be doing. Right? Not candy today. I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't, have sugar. Just need to think about, be responsible for our body so that we can to prevent or at least increase the risk of acquiring these diseases, and heart disease being big. Okay. Now, the added sugars are the that cause all havoc, and they're everywhere. So here's some that I put on the screen here. Sodas are fruit juices and cookies and cereals and cakes and candy, all the things. And most of our processed foods, it's added for flavor, and it's added to increase the shelf life. Okay. But you might not realize that sugar is also in our bread, soups. Ketchup has quite a bit of sugar, and in our cured meats. We're not thinking that sugar is in these things. Now, too much sugar causes inflammation. That's a big one. It also increases pressure, weight gain, fatty liver disease, because our liver is trying to deal with all that, and type 2 diabetes. And then all of those things are linked to an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. So not good. There was a couple of different studies that I saw, or statistics that I saw. The American Heart Association says that the average adult male, I think the average person, I put adult male because I started with the adult male, but it's the average person consumes, according to American Heart Association, 17 teaspoons of sugar per day. 17 teaspoons. Why didn't I have a teaspoon right here? 17 teaspoons. Sometimes I've done the visual. Can you imagine taking a teaspoon? Done. 2, 3, 4, 5. You get it, right? And so 17 teaspoons of sugar a day is more than twice recommended for the average male, and 3 times what is recommended for the average woman. And that's based on, height and weight. Okay. It equals almost 300 calories. And so it's recommended that we have less than that. Okay, so keep that number in mind, 17. Okay, now look at a couple of the examples that I gave, that I put here. Coca-Cola has 10 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. The sweet tea at McDonald's, 12. 1, a little bit more than 12. 4, 5, 6, 7. The mocha that you like, 1.5. And the Snickers bar that, a lot of people really, really like, 5 teaspoons of sugar. Now think about, just listed those right there. If you have a sweet tea, that's almost what is the average that the American Heart Association of 17 teaspoons, it's almost the average of what they're saying is twice what is recommended for a man and 3 times what is recommended for a woman. So a lot of people I know, my point is, a lot of people I know are consuming way more than 17 teaspoons a day. If you start looking at, the foods that you are eating and looking at labels, that is so important. So what is also important is for us not to get tricked to think, well, if we use these substitutes, these other things, that's not white sugar, so it's healthier. It's still added sugar. Not saying that there aren't, like for honey, there are properties in honey that are healthy, but it's still added sugar. Okay, main point. It's still added sugar, so it still counts added sugar. Like, I don't know if you saw it on announcement. I had a picture of plant-based. I love them, but they have 6 grams of added sugar per tablespoon. So that's a little handful, spoon like this. So I have to be mindful of that. If I have 3 or 4 of those, I'm average. And is it important are mindful of that every single day? No. And some people are. If you have, like bodybuilder bod, then you need to not do it. You can't have these things. But if you're in some reasonable range, I'm not just I'm talking about to lower the risk of all of the disease that I've already talked about. We want to be mindful of what sugar we're adding. Conclusion, what can we do? Well, what we can do is be more conscious, be more aware, be accountable, okay, for what we're putting in our body. Let's not wait until we get sick. It's so sad how many of us are sick, but we won't adhere to some of the recommendations. Like we can't die, like we have no control. We have the power inside of us to overcome and say no to sugar. We don't have to always have it and so much of it. And it is an addiction. Okay, so let me make no mistake about it. It is definitely an addiction. So you kind of have to wean yourself off of it. But natural sugars, eat fruit and vegetables and whole grains. It's healthier than all the other stuff, and reduce the amount of it. All right. So read labels. That's going to help you. Okay. Why? Because I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it, and because I know you have greatness inside of you, and I believe in you. That's why. Okay, I'll see you later. Enjoy kiddos. House later. Bye. and be safe.